Imagine realizing that you're no longer in control of your own identity. Someone has taken over. They're using your name and your face to scam people you know and care about. And there's nothing you can do about it. You try to reach support. You're told that you get priority help when you pay for a verification. Instead, you get sent in circles from one clueless agent to the next, each more robotic than the last. No real answers, no real help, just polite copy-paste messages, broken promises, and a chat button that doesn't exist. It's not just a hack, it's a complete breakdown of trust. And it's not over. This episode isn't about a place I visited. It's about a place I'm trapped in. A maze known as meta support. This is the story of my 2 weeks in meta hell, and you're not gonna believe what happened. My name is Palabo, and this is the Radio Vagabond. Verified, vulnerable, victimized. Thanks, Meta.
Meet Palabo, a man with a microphone, a suitcase full of memories, and no return ticket. This is the Radio Vagabond.
It all began on April the 17th, a Thursday, a hot one. I'd just wrapped up a lunch meeting in Cape Town and was trekking home on the hills of the beautiful Camps Bay in the blazing sun, phone in hand, sweating like a tourist in Sahara. My phone battery was circling down the drain, 7%. And then I got a message on Instagram. It was from Martin, an old friend from Denmark that I hadn't heard from in years. Martin is one of those guys who disappears for long stretches and randomly pops up like a dog in a Zoom call. Can you help me real quick? He asked me, with 2 hearts and a flower emoji. That's a bit out of character for Martin, so I squinted at the screen. Between the blazing sun and the dwindling battery, I could barely read it, so maybe it wasn't a flower. But I was just glad to hear from him. Sure, what's up, Martin? He wrote, I'm close to getting some kind of ambassadorship. Can you vote for me? And he added that it was something about women's rights. Now, that's a bit more like the Martin I know. How could I say no to that? But something in me hesitated, so I tapped over to his profile to see that it was real. Real timeline, familiar photos, loads of followers, looked totally legit. My battery slipped to 6%. Absolutely, Martin, I'll do it when I get home. My phone is dying, I said. But he insisted, it has to be now. Voting closes any minute. Now, my phone was at 4%. As I moved in the shade under a tree, I typed, okay, how do I do it? And added a flower emoji to match his. He said, just log in with your Hotmail. Hotmail? I replied, I don't have a Hotmail. Then just log in with your Instagram, but be quick. 3% battery left. And against all my usual instincts, I did it. I logged in to vote for my friend Martin with my Instagram. And at that moment, everything changed. Seconds later, just before my phone died, I was locked out. And I thought, that was weird. But weird turned into, oh no. And oh no turned into, dear God, what have I done? I rushed home, plugged in my phone, waited impatiently for it to come back to life, and that's when the emails started rolling in. One from Instagram security saying, your email has been changed to sffjgf97@gmail.com. Followed by another email, your phone number has changed to a number starting with +234. Wait, +234? Where's that? I googled it. Nigeria. And right there, reality hit me like a ton of bricks. I'd just been hacked by a Nigerian scammer, and I handed them the keys myself on a silver platter with a flower emoji. You gotta know that I'm normally very cautious. I never click shady links. I check sender email addresses. I spot fake URLs from a mile away. I'm even the kind of guy that helped others avoid scams. And yet, I fell for this. Not because I'm a boomer, because it came from a friend who had his account hacked the same way it happened to me. Because it was urgent. And because I was walking in the burning sun with 4% battery and a brain of a baked potato. Then the flood came. Messages from followers, friends and listeners, even my ex-mother-in-law and old school friends. Don't get me wrong, it was nice to hear from so many old friends that I hadn't spoken to in decades. But these messages were not about inviting me for a drink.
Is this really you, asking me to vote for a women's rights ambassadorship?
Did you just DM me about something you want me to vote for?
I just saw your Instagram story. Congrats on making 20,000 euros with crypto.
And a few simply said,
Are you okay?
No, I was not okay, and I don't do crypto. Thank God many of my friends know that I'm not smart enough for crypto. This wasn't just embarrassing. This was reputation destroying. Years of trust and followers vanished, one DM at a time. But hey, I thought, I'm smart. I can fix this. I can research how to do this. So I did everything Instagram told me to do. Clicked forgot password, waited for a PIN code sent on WhatsApp, did a face scan, turning my head like a confused meerkat. Entered my email address, waited for the backup code, entered the backup code, reset my password, logged in. Yeah, see, I'm smart. I'm tech savvy. I could do that. Take that, you scammer scum. And 10 seconds later, still smiling, I was kicked out again. And my smile vanished like a snowflake on a hot barbecue. I tried this multiple times. But it was like they had a vagabond alert. Every time I got in, they hit me with the ejector seat in seconds. I was furious, not just at myself for falling for it, but also because I had a feeling what was coming next. I needed help, like real human help. And I knew that getting human tech support from Meta is harder than picking up the phone and calling the Pope. And he just died a few days earlier. But still, I turned to Meta Pro Team through my business portfolio page. Yes, I have one of those because I spent money on Facebook advertising at some point. I thought the worst part was getting hacked. It wasn't. And now I can see that I was naive even thinking that for a second. Because what came next was even more infuriating. A support system so broken, it made the scammer in a Nigerian sweatshop look organized. Stick around, when we come back, we enter the Meta maze. And trust me, it's a trip. We'll be right back. This episode is brought to you in part by Hotels25.com. It's a website that helps you find the best prices on hotels and guest houses and hostels around the world in one simple search. Hotels25.com.
Adventure isn't just for the young, the wealthy, or the fearless. It's for anyone willing to take the leap. The Radio Vagabond.
So after the hack, I went straight to Meta business portfolio page and opened a support case. And a chat window popped up. I thought, okay, this might actually work. At the top it said,
average wait time, 20 minutes.
All right, maybe Meta support wasn't as bad as everyone says. I waited. And waited. Had some dinner, still looking at my screen and still waiting. 20 minutes turned into 2 hours. 2 hours turned into 6 hours. At that point, it was close to midnight here in Cape Town. So I wrote in the chat, "It's getting late here. I'll respond in the morning if someone joins. Or use my email or WhatsApp number to reach me. And then I went to bed. At 1:16 a.m., long after I'd fallen asleep, a support agent named Khan finally appeared. And then, because I didn't respond while sleeping, the chat was closed at 4:42 a.m. And the case status was changed to resolved. No callback, no follow-up email. And since then, I've never been able to open a meta chat window for this case again. It was like I got one single lifeline, and they cut it while I was dreaming of my face being used in crypto scams. When I saw that early next morning, I tried the login procedure again, with my phone number, email address, face scan codes, and backup codes. And this time, I actually had a bit longer time. So I quickly did a reel that I posted on my account saying that I got hacked, but hopefully it was back now.
My Instagram got hacked and immediately it was changed to a phone number that was funny enough in Nigeria, and an email address, a Gmail that wasn't me, and I simply couldn't get it back. And then my family started and friends started saying, "What is that? You're into crypto?" So apparently there was a couple of stories about me getting a lot of money from crypto. If you know me, I don't do crypto. I have no idea how it works, and that wasn't me. So I really, really hope that you didn't fall for it. If you ever see anything again from me, it probably means that I'm hacked, so don't fall for it.
And then I checked my Instagram messages and saw a lot of them sent from my account. Not 10, not even 50, 405. Yes, I counted. And that was just in less than a day. I had officially become the front man for a Nigerian phishing scheme. And then I tried to delete the hacker. You know, the one that I could see had logged in Nigeria from 10 different iPhones. And got a message saying, type in password. You know, the hacker's password. I was considering the password, I am dirtbag number 1, exclamation point. But instead I just hit forgot password. And that triggered a message to the Nigerian phone number. And I could just envision him sipping a Nescafe in Lagos, chuckling with his scammer buddies as he quickly kicked me out again. And my reel, talking about being hacked, was deleted. And then he did a couple of Instagram stories with my face on them, saying that, oh, I'm so happy, I just made 20,000 euros on this cool crypto deal. It was after that horrific moment, still quite early in the morning after the chat was closed while I was asleep, I went back to my case in Meta Business Portfolio and requested an update. And that's when the email parade began. Over the next days, the Meta Pro team was suddenly very responsive. Just not helpful. I was desperate, so I made a decision. Maybe, just maybe, if I paid Meta, they would actually take me seriously. I signed up to become Meta verified. Not because I wanted that blue check mark, not for the clout, just for the actual advertised benefit, priority support. Yeah, that's what it said, right there in the sales pitch. Faster support, priority access, real humans. So I paid. And waited. And waited. And nothing. No badges, no access, no magical door to a private chat lounge. Just the same broken message I'd already seen 50 times.
Please initiate a chat for faster help.
So I started a new support case. This time it was about not getting my verified support and not having access to the chat function. So I was hitting them on two fronts. One case about the hack, one case about wanting support. And 6 hours later, I got an email from Meta Pro Team. This time it was from Kitty.
Hi Pale. Good day. Hope this email finds you well. Our chat support is live and available 24/7. Please initiate a chat for faster help.
That again. And the whole point of this case was that I could not access chat. Reaching support was already hard. Getting an intelligent, helpful answer, even harder. And I was now a paying, verified Meta customer, being ignored with professional efficiency. They all said the same thing.
Hi, Polly. Thank you for contacting the Meta Pro team. Please initiate a chat for faster help.
Every time I replied the same way, I can't. The chat button is gone. I've sent screenshots. I've explained this. And every time they completely ignored that.
We know how important your account is for your business, so please initiate a chat for faster help.
Some thanked me for my patience. One even said,
We commend you for spending quality time with us.
Quality time? At this point, I was spending more time talking to Meta's copy-paste machine than to anyone who showed even the slightest desire to help. And the best part? Every case, every single one, was closed automatically after 42 hours. No resolution, no escalation, no logic. Just a polite corporate shrug and a fresh link to a help article I'd already clicked 15 times. And of course the kicker,
Please initiate a chat for faster help.
Exploring the world, one story at a time. The Radio Vagabond. Gotta keep moving.
So the weekend came. I spent most of my time trying to get some real help from the Meta Pro team, and only stepped away from the laptop for a bit to eat, to breathe, and to remind myself what sunlight looks like. Meanwhile, the messages from friends and followers kept coming. People were still getting DMs and stories from me. The scammer was working overtime, even in the weekend, and I was still locked out. And Meta? That's when I started meeting more people from the Pro team. First came Nick, then Vishek, Julie, Joseph, then Kitty and Julie again, then Vishek again. I was starting to feel like I was speed dating bots in a corporate call center. Except these couldn't be bots, because AI would actually read what I'm writing. Things like, I've submitted face scans, used backup codes, and I'll provide full documentation, including a PDF with screenshots entitled Proof That I'm Hacked. I've shown in screenshots that the hacker is using a Nigerian phone number and a fake email to hijack my account within seconds. In a later email I wrote, I've explained in multiple emails and attached screenshots that the chat function is gone. No, these were human. Just too lazy to read, or incompetent, or both.
Hi, Pala. Thank you for contacting Meta.
We certainly understand that this situation makes you anxious.
We wanted to let you know that we are closely monitoring your case.
Our chat support is live and available 24/7.
So please initiate a chat for faster help.
It was like being stuck in a really bad sitcom. Every person pretending to be the lead, but no one had actually read the script. And it seemed like none of them were allowed to read the previous acts either. I kept reattaching the same screenshots, proving that I was hacked and that I had no access to the chat function. I kept re-explaining the same situation, and I kept getting the same copy-paste replies, just with a different name at the bottom. At this point, I was on first-name basis with half of Southeast Asia, India, or wherever they're located, and still probably nowhere close to getting my account back. It was Saturday afternoon. I'm still locked out and still in the Meta support limbo when suddenly a glimmer of hope arrived. A WhatsApp message from a guy named Patrick. He said he was with the cyber recovery team. Oh, cyber recovery. Now we're getting official. Naturally, I asked the obvious question, are you really from Meta Support? And can you tell me something I wrote in the case filing just so that I know that you're not a Nigerian scammer pretending to help me? Smiley face. Yes, I wrote that. I'd grown, a bit more cautious. He responded, Yes, I am Patrick. I am from the Meta Cyber Recovery Team, and I'm here to assist you. So far, so scammy. And then he sent me a photo of an official-looking ID with his full name, address, and face, a screenshot of his Instagram account, and a picture of himself holding what looked like diplomas from a tech school. Just one problem. That's exactly what a Nigerian scammer would do. And what he knew about my case filing was lifted word for word off my public Facebook post, where I warned people not to click anything coming from me. So I said, I need a bit more proof, Patrick. Can you send me a quick 10-second video? Just look into the camera, say my name, say who you are. Simple. He replied, We are not allowed to create videos for clients due to our internal policies. Of course not. So naturally, I did what any rational hacked vagabond with a microphone would do. I started recording and called him.
Hello, Radio Vagabond.
Of course. Hello, Radio Vagabond. Not hello, Palabo, which Meta probably would call me.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, dispatching from the Meta support.
Okay.
Right off the bat, I asked the obvious question.
Where are you right now?
Hello. Are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Where are you right now?
There's a long pause, and then radio silence.
Can you hear me? I see that you're muted.
He hung up, and I say to myself,
And with a Nigerian accent.
4 minutes later, he calls back.
Hello?
Yeah, are you there? I'm hearing you now.
Okay. Are you on bad Wi-Fi or what's happening?
Yeah, I'm on bad Wi-Fi. We're having some network issues.
Oh, where are you in the world?
I'm currently in California.
Sure, Patrick. California Wi-Fi can be rough.
California? Wow.
Yeah.
He continues to help me, asking questions that sound oddly familiar.
How long have you been hacked?
Since yesterday.
Did you click on any link or did you share a code with someone you don't know?
I clicked on a link.
Oh my god, yeah, that's the latest techniques most of the scammers use nowadays in order to hack some people's account.
Oh, thank you, Patrick. That's good to know that you're not one of them. I decided to press him a bit more.
Patrick, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
What time is it in California right now?
Pardon?
What time is it in California right now?
I knew exactly what time it was in California, and 2:44 in the middle of the night seemed like an odd time to be doing tech support. I just asked so I could see if he actually knew what time it was, where he is. And it turns out he did.
Currently it's 2:44.
In the middle of the night or in the afternoon?
Yeah, in the middle of the night.
Yeah, he did his
Oh,
research. Wow. Points for that. But then I called him out.
Patrick, I must say, I'm still a little bit worried. You say that you can't send me a video, you can't do a video call, and I'm not sure that you are who you say you are. And also, I feel that you're speaking with a Nigerian accent.
Oh my god, you needed help from us and I contacted you directly from the Metro because we received your complaint that you filed, and right now we're trying to attend to you and you were having trust issues, okay?
Yes, Patrick, it's correct. I am having trust issues. With a guy who just WhatsApped me with a fake ID and pretending to work for Meta in the middle of the night in California on bad Wi-Fi?
If that's the case, bye. I think you don't need our help.
I do need help, but I need help from a person I can trust, and I'm not sure I can trust you, and I'm not getting scammed again. I'm not...
Okay, that's fine. Since you don't need your account back, you don't need our help.
Then he tried to guilt-trip me into accepting his help. Classic.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine for you, son. Done.
And you can't. You can't provide any more proof that you are who you say you are.
Adam.
You can't provide proof that you are who you say you are.
Suddenly he says that he will actually make an exception and do a video call just for me because he wants to help me.
Actually, I told you that we don't make sure video calls here in our department, but because of you, I'm gonna turn it to video call, then we can talk right now.
And much to my surprise, it does become a video call. He doesn't say anything. He just flashes a big smile like he's in a toothpaste commercial.
There you are!
And then the call drops again.
Hey.
Later, I find out that the real Patrick is actually a popular YouTuber who makes videos about cybersecurity. And what I saw was from one of these YouTube videos. At the time, though, I thought, well, maybe he is legit. And maybe it's not a Nigerian accent. Could it be Moldovan? Croatian? Suddenly I wasn't sure. So I played along a bit longer. And now we're back to writing, because his Wi-Fi wasn't good enough for the calls. I gave him more details. Nothing sensitive, of course, and certainly no passwords. Just enough to keep him going. He told me that he was working on it, and 7 minutes later he returned with what I can only describe as how not to Photoshop. A picture of a computer and a keyboard, and on one side of the screen in the picture there was some blurry, unreadable gibberish, and the other side was a screenshot of my hacked Instagram account. Just put in that picture. It looked like something that was made using MS Paint by a toddler in a moving car on a dirt road. It's priceless. And then he wrote,
"The hackers are already using their email and phone number to control your account. If we try and recover your account, the recovery code will be sent to their email or phone number. So, we have to purchase and install a Python software that will bypass the recovery code to your new email that you'll provide to us."
Right, a Python bypass software. Trademark. He continued,
"Now the only solution is to purchase a Python bypass software. The software that was used to hack your account and can also be used to delete the hacker permanently from your account."
Catchy slogan. Rolls right off the tongue. And then the real kicker.
The Python software costs $760. After activation, your account will be back immediately.
I told him that I just had to jump on a quick client call and would be right back. Spoiler, I didn't have a client call. I just needed to research what he was saying. And I Googled Python bypass software scam. And surprise, it is a thing. So I went back to our chat and simply wrote, "Nice try, Patrick." And then I blocked him and reported him. No more California dreaming, no more diplomas, no more 2:44 a.m. empathy. And the so-called Patrick wasn't the only scammer who reached out over WhatsApp. Not even close. And I blocked and reported every single one of them. But we all know where those reports go. To the owner of WhatsApp, Meta. And we all know what Meta does to help its users. Monday came, day 4 after the hack. That's when I got a message from someone I really care about. A dear friend from Colombia. She told me that she'd been talking to me for days on Instagram, where we normally communicate, and that I persuaded her to invest some of her hard-earned money in the crypto scam the hacker was running, thinking that I'd recommended it, just because she believed it was me she was talking to, because she trusted me. Thank God her bank said, no, 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 no. That's when it stopped being just frustrating. Then it became personal. By now, I had submitted screenshots, face scans, recovery codes, polite replies, and frustrated replies, and had received 19 different email responses, but all very similar. all from the rotating cast of meta agents politely reminding me to
please initiate a chat
that didn't exist. It was starting to feel less like tech support and more like a psychological experiment. In day 3, the plot twist landed in my email.
Hi, Pale. Thank you for contacting Meta Pro Team. However, you've contacted the ads team. We only handle advertising-related inquiries.
Excuse me, what? You only handle ads? Why wasn't I told this by Meta Pro Team member number 1 when I asked a tech question? Or number 2? Or maybe even number 5? You're telling me that all 13 of you, Sophie, Kitty, Jack, Prankle, Bobby, Summer, Henry, Moy, Rosie, Nick, Charlotte, Joy, and Julie, who replied to my many emails, asked questions, told me you'd help, thanked me for my patience, and sometimes even signed off with, "Your satisfaction is our happiness." We're never supposed to be handling all of this? I wasn't here to buy a Facebook ad. I needed someone to stop a proven scammer from pretending to be me. But apparently I'd spent 3 days pouring my heart out and sending evidence for no reason at all. This is like reporting a home burglary and having 14 friendly IKEA greeters show up where the doorknobs are. At this point, I didn't really know whether to laugh, cry, or buy an ad just to talk to somebody who could actually help me. I actually asked them if that would be a help later that week. They never answered. After days of going nowhere with Meta support, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I created a brand new Instagram account. Not starting over, not to rebuild my following, just for one single purpose: to use it to report that my original account had been hacked. Somebody said that that was a good idea. And to prove it, I posted a video. A selfie-style video with my face in it, saying exactly who I was and what had happened. No deepfakes, no filters, no crypto promotions, just me, Palabo, a very real, very hacked human being.
Hello world, welcome to my brand new Instagram account. My name is Palabo. I run a podcast called the Radio Vagabond. My original Instagram account is at Radio Vagabond, and that has been hacked. And I can't really figure out how to get it back, and I'm not really getting much help. Somebody said create a new account and report the old one and the hackers from this one. So this video is just to show my face and let you know that I am who I say I am. My name is Palabo. I run a podcast called the Radio Vagabond, and my original Instagram is at Radio Vagabond. So there you go. Hopefully this will help me regain access to my original account.
And then I got a comment on my video from myself, from my old account, still controlled by the hacker. It simply said,
"I wish you good luck."
It was like a digital version of Catch Me If You Can, taunting me, mocking me, using my own face to laugh right into my real face. But I reported the account. I sent Meta my new profile, the video, screenshots, everything. And you know how many responses I got? 0. From Instagram, Meta, nothing. Nada. Not even an automated, "We have received your report." It was like yelling help in an empty room and hearing only your own voice mocked back at you.
"I wish you good luck."
6 days after the hack, countless emails, 0 real progress. But then something strange happened. I logged into Meta Business Support and created a new support case because they had closed the old one. And then suddenly, the chat button was there. It was like discovering a hidden door in a prison cell. I clicked, and after a very short wait, Sophie joined the chat. Friendly, polite, helpful, or so I thought.
Hi Pala, thanks for contacting the Meta Pro team. I'm Sophie and I'll be helping you today. I understand that your Instagram account was compromised and you need help regaining control and securing it. I will do my best to help you with this issue.
I started typing. Hi Sophie, are you a real person or a bot?
Hello Pally, I am a person.
Sweet Sophie, a real human. I almost cried. After 6 days, this was the most hope I'd had. Oh, wow, Sophie, I am so happy to meet you. I explained everything. Again, a Nigerian phone number, the fake Gmail, the content that was deleted and suddenly reappeared, the backup codes, the face scan. I sent screenshots, even the reel I posted on my new account, proving my identity. And Sophie listened. She actually listened.
All right, I get it now. Thank you for sharing the screenshot.
I mean, bless her. But then she said that she needed to pass the case on to someone else.
The team will investigate and will be updating over the registered email address or chat inbox.
I wrote, "Oh no, please don't leave me hanging. I've tried to open a chat for 5 days and now I finally have one."
I understand and do not worry, I am not closing your case. I am sharing your case to the team for investigation, as the internal team does the investigation and review of account.
Please tell them to hurry, Sophie. My house is on fire, smiley face.
The team may directly reach you over the email, but the chat is also open, as long as investigation is on, so you can reply to the same chat.
That sounds fantastic, Sophie. I trust you. I believe in you. This is the most help I've gotten for 6 days. Yes, Sophie promised that the chat would remain open. And then, less than an hour later, with my fingers crossed, I opened an email saying,
I have received the update from the team, and they have not been able to track any unusual activity. Based on our initial investigation, we don't believe there is evidence to suggest there was a compromise. This case will now be closed.
That's right. After 6 days, dozens of messages, video proof, a face scan, thousands of messages sent out from my Instagram account by a scammer, Meta's conclusion was, there's no unusual activity, there was no hack. And Sophie, who promised that she wouldn't close the chat and the support case. Move on, nothing to see here. Just like that, my glimmer of hope vanished, like a sock in the laundry room.
Gotta keep moving. Gotta keep moving. Gotta keep moving. Gotta keep moving. Gotta keep moving.
On day 11, the 28th of April, I got another email. This time it was from Instagram. And for a moment, a tiny, delusional moment, I thought, oh, finally, a breakthrough. But no. The email said,
Your Instagram account has been suspended. This is because your account, or activity on it, doesn't follow our community standards on account integrity. If you think we made a mistake, you have until 25th October 2025 to appeal.
Duh. Yes, I do think that you made a mistake. You let the scammer take over my account, and then you're suspending my new account with only one post proving who I am? So I clicked the link to appeal. I typed in my username, Radio Vagabond _new, and the hit was no user found. No way to click, no way to appeal, no way to fight back. Just another perfectly sealed off dead-end street, courtesy of Meta. At this point, I wasn't even angry. I was impressed with the talent of the hacker. He was good. Impressed with the fact that the Meta support system isn't just broken, it's broken with style. At this point, every time I make a little bit of progress, I'm pulled right back to the beginning. New support case.
Please initiate a new case.
Case escalated.
Case closed.
And telling me that here's the link to the help article that I've already memorized. And promised phone calls. I was waiting, coffee in hand and notes, and they didn't call. I gave them my phone number more times than I'd given it to friends in years. Still, no ring. It's like finding a door out of the maze and then walking straight into a closet and getting hit in the face with a broom. At some point, I simply stopped asking for help. I wasn't even hoping for a solution anymore. One thing that's kept me going through all this mess was you guys. I started sharing my story, my fight with the hacker and the Meta support team on Facebook. Yeah, I know, Facebook, ironically another Meta product. But unlike the Pro team, you actually showed up. The support I got from you was incredible. Messages of outrage.
I don't understand how Meta gets away with this.
Sympathy.
This is awful. I'm so sorry, Paula.
Honestly, this is digital torture.
Confusion.
I don't understand how Meta gets away with this.
So grotesque it borders on satire. Maybe send it to national TV.
And best of all, jokes.
Meta is treating this like you're asking for help recovering a lost sock.
Meta is a joke.
Have you considered contacting Zuckerberg? Not for help, just for the drama.
It felt like I wasn't alone in the maze anymore. Like we were all banging our heads against the same Meta wall together. And some of you even had leads and tips and ideas. Laughter, perspective, and most of all, momentum to keep me going. There's so much I had to leave out of this crazy story. Things I could spend a long time on, but I don't want to make this too long, and we're already close to 50 minutes. Things I didn't go into was the numerous times they asked me for different time slots for a support call, and then ignored my suggestions, and the times they actually gave me a time slot and never called back. And my favorite thing, since I have a Danish phone number here in South Africa and regular international calls would be expensive, more than $2 per minute, I asked if they could do the call on Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp, Meta platforms, but they said they weren't allowed to. I didn't really understand why. I thought that was weird. Is it not secure enough? But then, much later, they told me that it was because the calls were being recorded for quality control. And that in itself has so many jokes just standing in line. But we don't have time for that. It's now been almost 3 weeks since my Instagram account got hacked. I still don't have access. I still don't know who's behind it, except they have a Nigerian phone number, but they could be anywhere in the world. I don't even know if the account is visible anymore. I can't see it, or if it's just floating in Meta limbo. So my new account, the one I created just to prove that I was me, as you heard, got flagged and taken down. And my original account, all my content, my videos, my followers, 9 years of travel stories, connections, and creativity, gone. No backups, no warning, no path forward. So now I have to ask myself, do I even want my Instagram account back? And honestly, I'm not sure. I gotta move on with my life, and for now, it's gonna be a life without Instagram. Maybe permanently. I've realized that I don't really need it. I can live without the algorithm, the hashtags, the reels, and the lack of support from Meta. All of that. What I can't live with is the idea that someone is out there using my name and face to scam people who trust me. That still keeps me up at night. Maybe even if the account is quiet right now, it's still under the hacker's control. And any day he could just start it again with my name, face, and all my content. I wish I could cut all ties with Meta. But I'm still using Facebook, and WhatsApp, another Meta product, is still very useful because the whole world is using it. It's how I stay in touch with friends, clients, people I interview, and collaborators around the world. If only I could convince the whole world to switch to Telegram, I would. And maybe someday a real alternative to Facebook will come along. But then Meta would probably buy that, like they did with Instagram and WhatsApp. Until then, I'll keep telling stories, I'll keep creating, right here on the podcast, just not on Instagram, at least not for now. We'll be right back.
Introducing the MetaPro team, the only support team that makes your problem feel heard before deleting your case.
Hi, good day. We commend you for spending quality time with us.
Locked out of your account? Worried someone's using your face to scam people? No problem, just start a chat.
Please initiate a chat for faster help.
Assuming the chat button exists, which it won't.
Our chat support is live and available 24/7.
And if that doesn't work, don't worry. You'll be immediately connected to a rotating cast of real support agents with names like Sophie, Kitty, Jack, Prankle, Bobby, Summer, Henry, Moy, Rosie, Nick, Charlotte, Zoe, and Julie. Each one trained in advanced copy-paste technology.
We understand your frustration and want to help.
Please initiate a chat for faster help.
Want to escalate your case? We'll forward it directly to our elite tech team, who will respond in record time.
We don't believe there is evidence to suggest there was a compromise.
And when you finally think someone is helping you, we'll close your case, mid-sentence, while you're sleeping, without telling you. The MetaPro team. Your satisfaction is our optional goal.
Good luck with that.
MetaPro team is not responsible for lost accounts, emotional damage, or identity theft. Real humans not guaranteed. Support quality may vary depending on planetary alignment, mood of the algorithm, and availability of interns. Purchase absolutely necessary.
Every destination has a story, every culture a lesson, and every adventure a moment of transformation. The Radio Vagabond.
Walking in Cape Town, had a message from a mate. Vote for me, it read, but it just wasn't great. It wasn't him, no, his account was hacked. And that's when I knew the scammers were back. Checked my own page, and what did I find? Locked out in seconds, they'd beaten me blind. My face is out there pushing crypto scams while I scream into space through their help diagrams. Oh, just start a chat. They said it with pride, but I can't start a chat no matter how I try. 14 agents later, still stuck where I sat. Wanna scream, wanna cry, or just start a chat.
Please initiate a chat for faster help.
Please start a chat for faster support.
Please initiate a chat for faster help.
Please start a chat for faster support.
Please initiate a chat for faster help.
I paid to be verified, thought that'd do the trick, but the hacks kept coming fast and slick. 16 names later, humans not bots, but they all said the same, let me check your slots. Support's amazing, I've lost the map, got ghosted by Meta like a Tinder mishap. Each time they swore they'd keep my case alive, but it vanished like cents in a corporate high.
I wish you good luck.
Oh, just start a chat. It's the magical phrase, the solution for all of my Meta malaise. Can't log in, can't win, I'm flat like a mat. But hey, chin up, just start a chat.
We know how important your account is for your business. Our chat support is live and available 24/7. Please initiate a chat for faster help.
Good luck with that.
I made a new page to prove I'm legit. Posted my face explaining the bit. Then boom, suspended for integrity. While the hacker thrives in anonymity. They said appeal, but the link was dead. No user found. The message said, the real me flagged, the fake me thrives. Meta, are you even trying to save lives?
I did not make this episode just to rant. Okay, maybe a little bit. But mostly I made it so other people can see what's going on behind the curtain. Because this isn't just my story. It's a story of how a $1 trillion company built the world's biggest social platforms and then quietly stepped away from the responsibility that comes with having them. But here we are. And if someone at Meta even hears this, I'm not angry anymore. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, just start a chat, they say with a grin, while I'm locked outside and can't get in. Still hacked, still stuck, still falling flat. But if you need help, just start a chat.
Fix your system and your support system. You can do better. You should do better. And I really hope that someday you will. I have so many questions I'd like to ask Meta, like, why is it so difficult for users to get help when they're able to prove that they're hacked? Why does the chat with a real person feature disappear after a single missed interaction? Why can't users escalate urgent cases when money, identity and reputation is at stake? Why are hackers seemingly better protected by the system than the people they impersonate? How is it possible that somebody is using a verified identity and facial recognition still can't reclaim their account even when providing clear proof? How can a new account be suspended after posting only one selfie video proving the identity of the person behind it? These are just some of them. I'm sure I could come up with many more, and you might also have some. So I asked Meta's media relations for a comment or an interview, but at the time of the release of this episode, they haven't responded. I hope they will. And I'd even be okay with initiating a chat.
I wish you good luck.
My name is Palabo, and I gotta keep moving. See ya.
Radio Vagabond.
Produced by RadioGuru.co.uk.